not scared, but I'm afraid. Help me into your world. Take me there tonight in the light. Move me into your world. Open up my brain, forget the nightmare. Yeah. 'cause he ain't really about it like that. I can see it in his eyes. There's 100 million guys like that. Says he loves you but he's telling you lies. It's all coming from the right side like that.
When a man eats pedal-pop cyclones, he bites into the side of it like this corn on the cob. But your man's weird.
Coming at the gym every day, so we can look the really big way. But I promise you I'm nothing on me. Yeah, I promise you I'm nothing on me. And he probably has a really nice car. And there's some other things that when you go to the bar, but if you go then I promise you I'm nothing on me. Think there's a really nice drink. Some swimming laps in your eyes and they're deeper than oceans. 'Cause I see you looking and I know that look in your eyes. And I guess that I'm not the best at suppressing emotions. But when I see you with him, girl, something inside of me dies. 'Cause he ain't really about it like that. I can see it in his eyes. There's 100 million guys like that. Says he loves you but he's telling you lies. It's all coming from the right side like that. Saw you on the street with your man, up on Nelson Street just holding his hand. I guess that he had something on me. Yeah, I guess that he had something on me. And he's probably the one you adore. But I know that I've been liking you more. But I guess that he had something on me. Yeah, I guess that he had something on me, on me.
Took the iron to your head. Picked up the right thing to wear. longer set. Surface rendered, can I get it back? First kiss, oh, I'm so tired of endings like this. Won't owe you, won't owe you, won't owe you anything. Won't owe you, won't owe you, won't owe you anything. Won't owe you, won't owe you, won't owe you anything. Won't owe you, won't owe you, won't owe you anything.
I take ransom. I could be the other one, but I'm on your own. So forgive me, 'cause it's more than I can bear. You demand I'll make my mind up. I decided not to. Stop giving me choices. Stop giving me choices. I'm a victim of this day and age. I've forgotten how to feel. I've forgotten how to change. So I surrender to the apple of my eye. I surrender to the wind. I will let the wind decide. Stop giving me choices. Stop giving me choices. Stop giving me choices. Stop giving me choices. Make it till it's. I can do whatever words you said. It's in the mirror. So forgive me. It shouldn't be so hard. It's the way I work together. So you never get it lost. It's all this. Actions and values. Worries are used. Actions and stop giving me choices. Please forgive me. Stop giving me choices. Stop giving me choices.
他主分裂开在，影响了黑暗，在这个海上，我被踩下的几对人打不停，我活成特地，我用你怎样，你能规模的水鸟，你只有比我高的心，爱的维系着心，你的命。Well, the this time. Red hair and a whole lot of lies. Start singing again. But these mistakes I'm making, I'll make amends. For every promise that I break, I'll do the same. But it won't happen, won't happen, won't happen again. It won't happen, won't happen, won't happen again. You caught me this time, we alone. And just when I fall, I climbed out that hole. So for my sake you're making these demands. So feel me, come heal me. Don't fill me in with your 5-year plan. It won't happen, won't happen, won't happen again. It won't happen, won't happen, won't happen again. A bad habit worth breaking, but it's taking time. And no, it won't happen, won't ever, it won't happen again. Time fixing your heat where the brain meets the spine. And I know you won't stop till you've got your 2 cents, but your 2 pence is a nuisance. If I wanna wreck my head, I'll do it myself. It won't happen, won't happen, won't happen again. Won't happen, won't happen, won't happen again. A bad habit worth breaking, but it's taking time. I know it don't matter. It's gonna happen, it's gonna happen again. Won't happen again.
You brought my son into this world, kicking, screaming and red. On the radio you played the song Footloose. Then when I rushed him in with a hole in his forehead, like an art project you just stuck it back with glue. And I never had to pay to see my podiatrist, 'cause you're not encumbered by such market forces. But I won't forget that day or his official diagnosis, that my feet had far more in common with horses. 'Cause you will be there even if we lack the means. You will always be free at the point of need. All the lives that you have saved, from the cradle to the grave, we will fight for you with our last breath. 'Cause we were born in the NHS. Oh, we were born in the NHS. Well, even in the 80s you stood for universal fairness, back when dentists gave us sweets for good behaviour. And And Bevan would be proud to see more mental health awareness. You're the ones on the front line trying to save us. £20 billion in cuts might help to keep those bankers sweet, but then you wonder why the wards are fit to burst in. And as that banner said when millions marched on Downing Street, why don't you leave the cutting to the surgeons? 'Cause you will be there even if we lack the means. You will always be free at the point of need. All the lives that you have saved, from the cradle to the grave, we will fight for you with our last breath. 'Cause we were born in the NHS. Oh, we were born in the NHS. Unbroken light bulbs, carrot and prosthetic arms. You pull them out when our bodies reject them. When we slip and fall and accidentally cause harm, well, how else would they end up there in our rectums? Your patience for our patients, from GPs to A&E, deserves respect and we won't let you fail. No, we will stand and say to every private company, hands off our NHS, it's not for sale. All my clothes, my shoes, my records, they all belong to me. I'll protect what's mine inside my own four walls. But the best thing that I own I share with this society, 'cause the NHS belongs to us all. You will be there even if we lack the means. You will always be free at the point of need. All the lives that you have saved, from the cradle to the grave, we will fight for you with our last breath. 'Cause we were born in the NHS. Oh, we were born in the NHS. Yeah, we were born in the NHS.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the COVID Arms. Give me a massive cheer for the start of the show. Woo, woo, woo. Yes. Oh, love it. Just Jake on the tech whooping at me, but I will take it. I need the gratification. Is that a sex word? I've said it now. It's out there. Welcome to the show. If you've never been to the COVID Arms before, you are so, so welcome. We are a virtual pub where we hold a comedy night every month, and we get the best comedians to come live into your living room. My name is Kiri. I'm the landlady of the pub, which just means that I sort of come into your living room and have a little chat to some of you and judge your feature wallpaper. It's a really nice night. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 fantastic comedians. We've got a little break in the middle with a fantastic musical act. It's just going to be really nice. And we're going to raise a load of money for the Trussell Trust as well. So all you have to do is just sort of sit back and be lovely. Now, if you are watching on the Zoom, that means you're in our like virtual audience. And then we've got the cheap seats down in the stream. Hello to everyone on YouTube. No offense, you're the fun ones. We think of you as the below deck part of Titanic where it's all sort of kicking off. And then we've got all the posh ones on Zoom. So if you are on Zoom and you want to have a little chat with me, absolutely fine. You can like raise your hand on Zoom. It's a little option at the bottom. Do that if you're happy to have a chat, because I'll be chatting to some of you in a second. Don't do what I found out that some people have been doing since we started this comedy night in March. And when I go, raise your hand if you want to have a chat, they've just done that in their own living rooms, which is just the saddest little scene that there is. And that's saying something considering how many dead people there are in our country. Should have started lighter than that. Welcome to the show. I've got to get some admin out of the way. The admin is principally my job. One of the things is every time we do a show, we run a competition where you guys can win some delicious Beavertown beer sent straight to your door. Ooh, exciting. So the theme this month is tenuously linked to Valentine's Day. a week ago, we'll take it. So we want to hear about your worst dates, your best dates. Send them to us on Twitter. We're at COVID_comedy. And if you, what we'll do is we'll whittle them down to sort of final 4, and the people on Zoom can vote for their favorite. So it can be the best date that's ended up beautifully. But really, no one's here to hear a story about a good date, are they? We want to hear about your appalling dates. And if you're sat there thinking, I've never been on an appalling date. You are somebody's story. You need more self-awareness. So send them in to us and you can win some delicious beer. The other thing that I'm worried about forgetting that I want to mention at the top is we've started to do a thing to try and help small businesses who've been affected by COVID, of which there are loads. So we have like a little partner every month. So the first one we kicked off with Hallett, who make really delicious cider. And I say that as someone who necked a tube of it in the space of about 90 minutes. They're brilliant, brilliant little Welsh company, and they've been absolutely decimated by COVID. So if you go on their website and make an order, they're going to make a donation to the Trussell Trust. So you get cider and you're doing things for charity. Yes, please. It's win-win. So I think that's all my sort of admin stuff to do. How it's going to work is we'll have 2 acts in this section, then we'll have a break, and then we'll have another 2 acts. That's it, really. So should we have a little chat to some of you? I'd really like that. So if you're on Zoom, click the little thing, if you're happy to be spoken to, that says raise your hand. If you can't think of anything worse, don't click that button. That's absolutely fine. I've gone for quite a bold earring. Is it? I worry that people think that it looks like I'm part of some like a religious cult. I think the I-ness of it makes it look like I've signed up to something. It's definitely a statement earring, isn't it? But I think the only statement that my earrings make is that I can't fit into anything else in Topshop. That's the heavy lifting that they're doing. Also, oh my God, is there someone behind me? Oh, this is exciting. We've never done it like this before. Hello, what's your name, my love?
Hello, it's Austin.
Oh, yes. Hello. In Edinburgh. How are you getting on, mate?
No, I'm in Glasgow.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You bastard.
Well, no, I just upgraded you like you were doing slightly better in life. That's what it was. So in Glasgow, how are you getting on, lovely?
Great, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good. So Austin is a regular at the COVID Arms and he does tours. That's right, isn't it? You do tours like Will Duggan does, yeah. So takes students around. Do you just do it in Glasgow or do you do it all over, babe?
All over the place. UK,
all
Ireland,
over the place.
and Iceland.
Oh, yes, Iceland. Yes, I know that Will Duggan got some jammy trips to Iceland. So take students over and they get assigned tour guides who take them around the place. And that is what Austin did pre-Pando. So how are you getting on? How are you filling your time these days, love?
I'm working for, I'm virtue signaling here. I'm working for a company, a charity in the north of Glasgow. It's a food charity and I'm their community chef.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Of course, someone wearing a rainbow t-shirt with "fuck the Tories" on is like, oh yeah, in my spare time, I'm just cooking for people who need it during a pandemic. I absolutely fucking love it. Well done, Austin. So this is like, what's the charity called?
North Glasgow Community Food Initiative.
Oh, great. So what's your speciality? What are you throwing out of a day-to-day basis?
Oh, they get a couple of meals that they can take away. We have a fresh fruit and veg bara a couple of days a week, and I just make what's donated. So, like, you know, this week there was macaroni cheese, there was a roasted tomato pasta kind of thing on there, and lots of different things. And I'm also doing online cookery courses with people where we're teaching them basic recipes as well.
That is absolutely amazing. So is it a bit like, what's that program? Is it Ready, Steady, Cook, where you turn up with a bag of ingredients and then you make something from it? Is that what you do?
Well, kind of. We actually send out bags of ingredients with a recipe in them, and then people can tune in to a Zoom call, basically, where like I'm the host and I just, you know, we've got like 3 different cameras on it, and I just talk them through simple recipes.
How are you doing a cooking show with 3 different cameras and I'm fucking yelling down one? This isn't right, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, sorry, there's another one there, which I absolutely hate because I don't like anything from behind or profile. Ask my boyfriend on our sex life. Anyway, so you sent, okay, this is amazing because this sounds like, so the people, you say it's a community project, so the people that you're cooking for and working with, so are they vulnerable people or people who've been hit particularly hard by COVID?
They are everyone in the community. Some are vulnerable, some are just, you know, they on low incomes. The area that we're in is called Milton. It's in North Glasgow, and it's a bit of a food desert. It's that kind of phrase. It's like, you know, it's really expensive being poor. because it's like it's a deprived area and there's not like really any food provision there. There's not like a good supermarket locally, so there's only like little shops and everything's really expensive. So if we can give out like lots of basic stuff, it just helps in the area.
Mate, that's absolutely amazing. Please all applaud him in your living rooms. Honestly, so, but because also it's like the antithesis of like all my mates who are hipsters who are getting like meal prep boxes because they are too rich to think about what to cook. You're doing like what it should be, and that you're sending out lovely ingredients and going, and this is how you cook, but not for. Ooh.
Sorry,
how long was he fucked off and I was just talking to him?
I noticed that these were on the table. So these are like the two that we're doing this week.
Oh,
so
God. Oh my God. So you got vegan soda bread. And what's the other one? Move it along. What's the other one?
Chocolate beetroot muffin.
Oh, sure. Just a chocolate beetroot muffin. I think this is a fucking underground hipster movement that you're doing here. I think you've deliberately made a food desert so you can push your extreme hipster cuisine, and I'm absolutely here for it, Austin. Wow, that's no, it's amazing. Wow, what a good thing to do, mate. That's so nice. So how many people are watching your who are doing your cook-alongs with you?
We did it the first week, and we were meant to have 12, but only 4 turned up to the first one. So it's either technical things or they're just
of course.
Time sensitive. So we'll carry on from there. We taught them how to make a nice chunky potato and leek soup.
Oh, nice. Oh, I love that. Also, like having 12 booked and only 4 coming up is really good practice if you ever want to go and perform at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, because that will be your first year there. Trust me. Oh my God, I can't believe you're doing such good. So just say it one more time so I can go and I'll go and share a link to it afterwards. What's the name of the charity that you're working with again?
North Glasgow Community Food Initiative.
Whoa, it just rolls off the tongue there. Someone with a real business mind about branding has gone, does it spell anything fun?
No. And Google.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, which sort of sounds like the noise you make as you sort of like stub your toe late at night when you're going for a piss in the dark. Austin, I'm so glad to hear that your brilliant talents are being used, and I can't wait to chat to you again to find out how you're saving the world in another way, mate. It's so brilliant. Well done. And I'll speak to you again soon.
Bye-bye.
All right. See you, lovely. Bye. Oh, my God. I love it that there's so many brilliant, wonderful regulars at the gig and so many people doing great stuff. But also, fuck them for making me feel like an absolute piece of shit for not really doing anything in lockdown. And just be like, oh, yeah, I lost my job. What did I do? Oh, I just started cooking for the vulnerable in a whole district of my city. And when he comes on the screen, I'm like, where is it you live again? Somewhere in Scotland. I can't even, that's my job to remember shit like that. Incredible scenes. Austin, what an absolute legend. Have we got someone else we can have a chat to? Oh, yes. Sorry, I'm being told off. So we are doing this from my community. This is Pontio, this beautiful venue. Are you all like, hold on? Kiri's dining room's got a lot more upmarket. She's invested in some lights from TK Maxx. So this is a gorgeous venue in Bangor called Pontio, which is, sadly been shut due to the pandemic and it's not got live performances. But I am allowed to come and yell down a camera on my own in here. So here we are. And hopefully when the world starts moving again, we'll get to do another like Pontio gig with COVID Arms, but hopefully it'll be a room full of people and then loads of you at home as well. So yes, that's why we're here. It's we didn't really think through why we're here. We just thought it would be nice. So that's it. Have I take that box? Thanks, Jake. Have we got someone else we can have a chat with? Oh gosh, when I spin around and see my full pelican neck for absolutely slamming crisps for 12 months, it's a bit much. Still doing it. If you are on Zoom and you want to have a little chat, I hope you don't have a worthy job. I mean that in the nicest possible way. If there's any scumbags watching on Zoom who've got a horrible job, maybe you work for the government, put your hand up. Who's this? Hey you. What's your name, love?
Hi, I'm Sarah.
Hey, Sarah. Have we spoken before?
No, but I am. You might have seen me in the Facebook group for Legends. I follow podcasts, so I'm glad that I'm here.
Yeah, really nice to meet you. So I have a podcast called Or Killing a Filler, and they we call our listeners legends because they are fucking legends. And they have their own Facebook group. But no, I wouldn't have seen it because very nicely when it was started, they were like, "Do you want to join the Facebook group?" And I literally couldn't think of anything worse than being part of a group that potentially discusses what I do. So I was like, "No, thank you very much."
Fair.
And every day I'm plagued that I'm like, I bet there's a discussion today about how they've all hate me and they've gone off me. So
Don't be stupid. We love you.
Oh, thanks. Well, I will take that. Thanks very much, Sarah. So where are you in the world right now?
I'm in Brighton. I'm one of those students that got absolutely fucked off by the government. So.
Oh no, are you just locked in a cell somewhere? Just
pretty much,
yourself
yeah. Four bedroom flat with 3 other guys that I hardly know. So.
Oh man. And once you've banged them and, like I say, wanked yourself silly, there's not much left to do, is there, babe? Oh God, love you. So what are you studying in Brighton?
Oh, God. I'm also rocking the cool earrings though.
Oh yeah,
biological sciences.
Yeah. Biological sciences. Oh yeah, they are great. So biological sciences. So that is biological sciences meant that you wanted to do medicine but you didn't get the grades, or is it something else?
No, that's normally biomed, but I don't even have chemistry because
fair fucks.
No, like basically it's very broad. I originally wanted to do microbiology, but I didn't get into my first place because the government fucked around with grades.
Oh shit, of course. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. But you know what? They're making up for it now by locking you in a room with
and then blaming us. Being like, you can't go anywhere. Like, I've come back. I came back to Brighton at the start of last month. Technically, most people would be like, oh, it's against the rules because the government was like, oh, stay at home. And we're like, so you're telling us to stay back at home and do shit all on a computer? When bearing in mind, like, I'm autistic, I have special needs, and my home life is not great, like, which is the main reason I came back. And it's just, like, the amount of people that try and blame students for the, like, rising cases before lockdown, it's just like, dude, we're not doing anything. We're sat doing online courses that we're paying $9,000 for.
Yeah, it's definitely much easier for people to like nebulously blame students than a government that repeatedly keeps fucking up. Like every country has students, but our death toll is high enough to suggest there's something else going on.
Oh,
so
literally.
don't take any of the responsibility, mate. Don't take any of it. So where have you? So you're not originally from Brighton. Where have you come from?
No, I'm originally from Nottingham.
Oh, Nottingham. What a city.
It's a good city, like nightlife wise, it's amazing. Like,
is it really? My friend got sexually assaulted on the night out.
Oh no. I'm so sorry.
I know. And but don't worry, we got the person sacked, and
that side of it is not great, I will agree.
And then the manager gave us free shots, and then we got the mega bus home. So it really was wall-to-wall glamour in about 2007. So have you been able to meet anyone on your course?
I met a few people like at the start in like September, but the main people that I'm quite close with, like course-wise, one of them is still in Bulgaria. She's originally from Bulgaria. She's gone back and she can't come back at the moment, obviously, because borders are closed. And one of my other good mates, she's just come back to Brighton. Similar reasons as mine. She's had to come all the way to Manchester, but she came back today. So I've got that, I guess. But obviously, social distance picnic, anyone?
Oh my God, yeah. Well, there's like a storm raging through the country as well. Well, like fair fucks for you for being so like upbeat and fun and turning up to a comedy gig when like the government are cock blocking you so hard at every point from having fun.
I'm glad you appreciate that. Like, it's the worst.
What are the flatmates like? Can they hear us through the walls?
I don't know, but like I'm disabled and they just threw me with loads of other disabled people that I'm not going to get on with because we're all introverts. One guy I hardly know, and then the other two are just autistic introverts that I hardly speak. Like my immediate flatmate, I'm quite close with, but both of us absolutely chaotically mentally ill fucks. So you know, we're either getting drunk together or asleep. That's pretty much it.
That's great though. Maybe you've synced up and it'd be like, oh, we'll all self-medicate together and now we'll pass out and sleep for 2 days.
You know what's up. You know what's up.
Oh, mate. Well done for being so like glass half full. And it sounds like it's wine about it.
Oh, it's vodka grape, but it'll do. Yeah.
Well done, mate. And I hope things start moving again and things get a little bit easier for you. But
Thanks so much.
I'm
so glad I got to speak to you. Like, you're like one of my
this is
people in the world, so it really
that's
means a
so
lot.
nice. That's such a nice thing to say. What's really interesting is that I don't know if you heard it at home, but she said you're one of my, and then the mic cut out, and it's. So it might, but then I heard you say favorite people at the end because I was like, of course, my extreme ego and paranoia was you going, you're one of the people I wanted to say you're actually a piece of shit and I don't know why you get away with it and you're stealing a living.
You're like the furthest thing from that ever.
Well, it's been so nice to speak to you, and I hope you get on like as well as you can in the circumstances.
Yeah.
Bye, mate. Have a nice
Bye. Thank you so much.
Oh, what an absolute babe. Isn't it? Oh, what a lovely, 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 lovely person. So nice. But honestly, that I don't know if it happened, if it's just happened in our room, but she was like, I just want to say that you're, and then the gap that left behind, all the worst things came down. I thought she was going to rip off her head and be like, I'm your first boyfriend. I'm going to tell everyone what bad shag you were. I was 15. And I was great, I reckon, looking back. It's the confidence when you don't know what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? Beginner's luck. Shouldn't talk about my 15-year-old sex life. Hello to my eldest brother who will be watching. I should crack on with the show. You guys seem lovely and up for it. Now, you know, we don't have, like some gigs have a live front row where you can hear them laughing and things like that. We don't have that at the COVID Arms. What you guys are so gorgeous and amazing at is getting involved on social media. And if you love someone and you enjoy them, and it doesn't matter if there's someone you've never heard of or the most famous, you know, comedian in the world, you get on social media and you tell them that they did a good job. And that is so important to us because we are terrible, broken people. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing this. We wouldn't be putting ourselves through this. So if you enjoy people's work, go and find them on social media and tell them afterwards, because I promise you, when you get off from doing an online gig and there's a wave of love there for you, that is nearly the nice, warm feeling inside that I imagine it's like if you have supportive parents. And that's all we're trying to recreate on this stage. So know to do that and get involved and just have a laugh. And don't forget to send in your competition entries because I desperately want to hear about your bad dates. So opening the show, I can't believe he said yes to doing this show. I'm utterly honoured. With the fantastic Al Murray is going to kick off. So very exciting. In your home, on your living room, stamp on your carpet or wood if you're doing well. Floor, stamp your feet, clap your hands, cheer, whoop, go crazy, and welcome to the stage of the COVID Arms, the fantastic Al Murray, everybody.
Cheers!
There he is.
Yes. Let's hear it for the beer, ladies and gentlemen. God bless each and every one of you out there in computer land. It doesn't get any better than this, does it? Sat on our own, at home, doing fuck all, but united through the medium of the computer. Look at you, beautiful people. And look at that, the beautiful British pint that has been there for us this entire time and guided us like a lodestar through this difficult time when we've had to drink on our own and not be ashamed of it. Could life be any sweeter? Well, that's the question. I'm here to find out. So if there's anyone out there who'd like to have a little chat, I am fully at your disposal. Obviously, I don't know if any of you have been vaccinated yet. Obviously, the government have cracked on with that, which is very refreshing because the sooner that I can refuse to have a vaccine, the fucking better. Hey, how about that? God bless you. So is there anyone out there who'd like to have a chat, or you're a bit shy? You're a bit shy on here? Hey, because what a time to be alive. Of course, we the British, let's not forget, not one wave for us. No, we wanted a second wave, didn't we? Yeah? During the summer last year, we said to that virus, you want some? Oh, fantastic. I have someone to talk to. Welcome. God bless you. It's Joel L. Good evening. Quick, get on the couch, mate. Quick as you can. Well, look at you, beautiful people sat there. Oh, fantastic. And what's your name, darling? The beautiful lady there. What's your name, sweetheart? Anna, fantastic, Anna. And you've dressed up for tonight, haven't you? You've dressed up in that sort of silver foil they stick on you when you finish a marathon, haven't you, love? Have you just finished a marathon? I think it's unlikely. No, of course you fucking haven't. But is this your fella with you or someone you've been forced to lock down with?
No, it's my boyfriend.
It's your boyfriend. And you Joel then? You're Joel. Fantastic. What do you do for a living, Joel? Tell us.
I work for the ONF.
You work for who?
ONF.
The ONF? But we're
Yeah,
not in. I'm not in.
national statistics. I'm a
Oh
data
right,
scientist.
oh right. So you've been basically counting since March last year. Counting. Oh fuck, another one. Oh dear. Oh Christ, another one. Oh shit. Oh, today was busy. Hey, and this is how you relax. You're not on a tiny couch crammed next to a radiator with no pictures on the walls behind you. Hey,
Yeah.
where is this your house, or are you trapped in some sort of statistical facility right this minute?
No, this is our house.
Fantastic. And how long have you two been together? Were you fresh when the lockdown all began and you've been forced into a relationship by circumstance?
No, we've been together about 5 years now.
Ah, wow. And it's been a true test, hasn't it, darling? It's been a true test, isn't it? A true test of your affection for one another being trapped together in, I mean, honestly, what do you do, darling? What do you do, Anna?
I'm working in a call centre temporarily, but I'm going to university next year to become a counsellor.
You're going to university?
Yeah,
Fantastic. Next year. What? So you're having a year off when there's fuck all to do. Hey,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's timing, isn't it, darling? That is fantastic. Excellent timing. I know. I'll do fuck all when fuck all's going on. Yeah, beautiful. Hey, you're no fool, are you, darling? And tell me, what are you going to study?
Counselling and therapeutic practice.
Well, good luck with that, whatever that might fucking be. Fantastic. Excellent. And what are you drinking tonight, Joel? What's that?
Wine.
Wine? Is that white wine?
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought I'd give it a skip on the vodka.
Oh God, mate, you don't have to drink that anymore. We left the EU. I know it's been crowded out. The most important historical event of all fucking time has been crowded out by a microscopic particle no one had heard of a year ago. But, yeah, white wine. Yeah, the rule is pint for the fella, glass of white wine, fruit-based drink for the lady. There it is. There's the real thing. There, you want it now, don't you? You want it now, don't you, Joel? Yeah. No, fuck off, mate. That's mine. I saw it first. Well, nice talking to you. Good luck to the pair of you. Hey, what a time to be alive. Hey, yeah. Who have we got next? We got anyone next? Have we got anyone? Nice to meet those people. Hey, he's in statistics. Hey, God, I mean, let's be honest now. He can't have got into that, you know. He can't have got into that because he likes doing it. I mean, that's got to be a job of desperation. Let's be honest now. Anyone else like to have a chat? Yeah, custom live streaming. Have we got? No, all right, okay, fair enough. I mean, obviously, we're doing this all by computer, as you can see. I'm trapped in my beer cellar. I've been here. Well, I was here. I got out in June last year, and we got let out, and then we got locked back down. It's not a stock. I know. The Crossroads Tavern. God bless you. Welcome, mate. Look at you. Hey, fantastic evening, Governor. Yeah, you're on mute, you twat. Which is, of course, the catchphrase for 2020, 2021. You're on. Yeah, welcome.
How you doing? All right, so landlord?
How you doing, mate? How's it going?
Yeah, good.
What's your name, pal?
My name's Daz.
Daz, fantastic, old school, classic. And you're at where's the Crossroads Tavern? Where can we find that drink?
Well, this is actually called the Yorkshireman now.
Oh.
And as you can see in the background, it's my old garage. It's now a pub.
Oh,
so
fantastic.
we've got full of Yorkshire legends on that wall, Doncaster Rovers on that wall.
That's fucking beautiful, mate. It's fucking unbelievable. That's beautiful. Excellent. You on your own in there? You drinking on your own? You drinking on your own?
Yeah, the wife's watching Crossroads or something like that.
Crossroads? Are you sure she's watching Crossroads? I think
one of them soapy things.
One of them soapy things. So you've locked yourself away in a pub that you've made for yourself, right?
Absolutely.
Drinking on your own with your wife elsewhere. I mean, it's a cliche to say living the dream these days, but you are living the dream, aren't you, right now, aren't you, Daz?
I certainly am. And my mate, who's about 3 doors down, he's sat in his living room watching, wishing he could be in here drinking with me.
God, it's fucking beautiful, isn't it?
Hey, Phil.
Yeah, Hey up, Phil. Cheers, Phil. God bless you, Phil. Get one down here, Phil. Why not? Hey, because if we're doing this on a computer, then we're not drinking on our own, are we?
Absolutely.
We're not tragic.
We've been messaging each other all day to decide what question to ask you tonight, sir.
Well, shoot. What you got for me?
Right. So, post-lockdown, we're having a few lads around into the Yorkshireman, and we're having a 6% minimum alcohol beer night.
Right, okay.
So, we've got a fridge stocked with 6%ers and plus, and we want a recommendation from you as to any that we may have missed.
Well, I mean, the simplest way to get a 6% beer is to top it up with fucking whiskey, mate. What are you wasting your time? What are you wasting your time for actually trying to source a beer at this crucial time? Yeah, obviously, you top it up with I tell you what, the thing about whiskey, as we all know, right, is it's horrible, isn't it? There's not a person on this planet who likes whiskey. Scottish people say they do, but they say a lot of stuff, Scottish people. Let's be honest now. They say they like whiskey, but they don't. I mean, you have a sniff of that whiskey, you sniff it, you think, oh, fuck, no, like that, yeah? And then you drink it and you think, oh, Christ, I'd sooner kiss a pig's cock. But, right, the brilliant thing about whiskey, right, is it's so revolting, isn't it? I mean, I've got some of this in this tooth mug here, right? You have a sip of the whiskey, fuck like that. And what do? You get straight back on the beer. And that is whiskey's important job, isn't it? Yeah.
One sec, landlord.
On the bit. Oh, he's off. He's off. He's
Hang on. One sec, landlord.
Where's he gone? Is he gone? I mean, look at this paraphernalia he's got behind him. We've got some top flight.
Can I try it with that then?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. Yeah, exactly. I like that. You got none of the cheap stuff for you. Yeah.
Let's have a dabble.
Oh, this is beautiful. We're drinking together.
So that's 5% Abbottale.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
With a 46% Macallan. So will that do?
Yeah, that should tip it up to the 6% you're after. Yeah. Good luck, mate. How's it going? Yeah.
Cheers, landlord.
Cheers. Nice to meet you, Daz. Love to the wife. Tell her I'm looking forward to seeing her again. If I get a chance, I'll be round for a Swift run. Yeah. Once we've all been let out. Fucking Boris. Nice to meet you, mate.
You'd be welcome. Take care.
Have a great weekend. Look after yourself. Okay. Who else have we got? Anyone else up there? Of course, the miracle of this computer business, us talking to each other by the miracle of computer, is to never forget it was a British man, Alan Turing, that invented the computer, right? Yeah. Because he obviously was playing a long game. He thought down the line we were going to need. Oh, look at this. Look at these people. He's wearing a hat indoors. What a wanker. That's what I'm talking about. Quality fucking wanker material has joined us. Welcome, Marshall. Marshall Matthews. That's a superhero name, isn't it? Yeah?
Yeah.
You got an alliterative name. You're a fucking... What is your superpower, Marshall? Do you know?
God. What would you say?
Oh, it defers to the missus straight away.
Drinking pale ale.
Drinking pale ale. That's fucking beautiful, mate. That has superpowers go. Is this your beautiful wife, Marshall?
It is. This is Catherine.
Welcome, Kathy. Fantastic. Thanks for joining us. Where do you join us from, you two?
From Brighton.
From Brighton. All right. So up the road from that student, right? Okay. Right. Yeah. Okay. Lovely. Fantastic.
We got very soggy watching you last year.
Yeah. You did, didn't you? Pissed at the open air theatre. Jesus Christ, did it piss down? That was a night to remember, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah. And they had an awning. They wanted me under the awning. I said, I'm not going on the awning. If my audience is suffering, I'm going to suffer with them, right? And we all suffered that night, didn't we, Marshall? Didn't we, Catherine? We certainly fucking suffered. What'd you do, Marshall? Tell us.
I work in financial software.
Jesus Christ. Hey, you've been busy then, haven't you? It's been busy for you software boys, haven't you? This has been all right, isn't it? Yeah. It's not no emergency for you, lot, is it? You wankers, you parasites, relying on the nation's misery to fucking sustain yourselves. And Kathy, what do you do, darling?
I'm a project manager.
Yeah, we all are. We're all project managers, aren't we? I mean, this pint here, that's a project, isn't it? That's a project.
I'm project managing my gin and tonic.
Exactly, yeah. And you didn't send out an email to everyone in the department, did you? You didn't CC all, did you? You didn't CC all to say, I'm starting at the top of the gin and tonic, I'll be working my way to the bottom. You didn't do a fucking risk assessment on it, did you? You didn't send out an invite for a Zoom meeting, did you? For fuck's sake, no. Yeah, you're project managing. Let's see you manage that project, love. I'm going to manage my pint right now. Here we go. There we go. Project managed. How long you two been together?
27 years.
27 years. This is. I'm going to ask a personal question right now. Has this been the toughest year? What with it being locked down, stuck with each other?
No, it's been all right.
Oh, well, that was a bit disappointing. To be honest, you've let me down. You've let me down there, Pale Ale Man. You have let me down, Marshall Matthews and Kathy. Well, have you got kids?
Yeah, we've got two.
Where are they?
They're upstairs in their rooms. They came to see you last year as well.
Did they? Fantastic. Yeah. How old are these children?
13 and 14.
Oh, right. Okay. So they're just about on the cusp of understanding some of the complexities which we discussed that night.
Yeah. A bit of an education.
And a few extra words to use on their father as well, Kathy. Yeah.
Yeah, they learned some new words that night.
Absolutely fantastic. I'll tell you what, it's a pleasure to talk to you. I'm going to speak to someone else in a moment because you know what, the bill on we have such a bill on tonight. It's Kiri. She didn't take you through the fucking riches that are being delivered up to you via the miracle of the internet, via Wales, from London to Brighton, via the internet. It's pinging off some fucking satellite. This event right now. Okay, can we have another one up, please? Nice to meet you, Marshall and Kathy. Nice to meet you again. Best of love to all of you. God, I tell you what. Hey, Look at us, the British. We can cope with this, can't we? We can fucking handle this, can't we? Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. That's why we didn't need to close the borders, because we can fucking handle it. Not the best idea. Okay, have we got any more for any more? We got any more from anyone? Yeah, because I mean, I look at you people through this miracle of the internet. Thousands of you out there, thousands of you is what I'm told, doing your bit for a food bank, and a little bit of, obviously you're amazing people. Give yourselves a round of applause. Yeah. Thousands of you do good in bastards, thousands of you. And of course, if you do take, by the way, a word to the wise, if you're unfamiliar with the concept of a food bank, they won't give you your beans back, right? With interest. It doesn't work like that. Oh, Amy, welcome, darling. Great to have you here. Look at you, darling. Welcome. Where are you, Ames?
I'm in Manchester.
Oh, wonderful. The fantastic Manchester people. And what do you do, Ames?
I'm a junior doctor.
Oh, come on. Clap for the NHS, everyone. Clap. Yeah, you didn't like that, did you, darling? You didn't really want to be clapped for then, did you, darling? Not really. And when you say junior doctor, Doogie Howser, I mean, is that what we're talking to you like? Are you 12?
No, I'm 26.
All right, okay. Well, you never know. You know, junior. You're unfamiliar with Doogie Howser. That's a thing.
I have no idea who that is. Yeah,
that's a Stone Age sitcom where there was a kid who was a doctor. That's right. Back in the 90s, he was 12 and he was a doctor. That's what that's a reference to. But
okay.
It doesn't matter. You don't need to know that, do you? And what sort of medicine do you specialise in, darling?
I'm just doing like general medicine.
All of it.
Yeah.
All of it. Yeah, great. Favourite body part?
Kidneys.
Oh, really? Okay, right. Okay. Not what I was hoping
for. What about you?
Oh, I like knees. Funnily enough, when you get to my age, in your 50s, you prize a good pair of knees, right? If you get the early 50s and your knees are still all right, you're okay, aren't you? I got a mate who's got gout, right? And his life's eternal fucking torture because he's basically got great big crystals in his fucking knees. Apparently, that's what it tells me. Yeah, it's not good. So, have you been at work today?
I have not.
What? There's a pandemic on. What's wrong with you? Hey, heavens.
Yeah, apparently we get days off.
You get days off? No, honestly, you know, I'm not happy. I'm not happy about that, Amy. That strikes me as a bit slack, really. Is this? Are you at home? Are you in a flat share? What's the situation?
Yeah, I'm in a flat.
Right. On your own?
Yeah. No, with my boyfriend and yeah.
Is he a doctor as well?
No, he's not.
Oh, right. What's he do?
Yeah. He does build websites.
You don't know, do you? You don't know.
An auction house or something.
Right, you don't know, do you? That's fucking brilliant. It's something to do with the internet, isn't it? It's something to do with the internet. Clickety-clack, clickety-clack, firewall, clickety-clack, updates, basically. That's it, isn't it? Right?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't need to know, do you? Yeah. Hey, so you a doctor in a Manchester hospital, or you're like
Yeah.
Right, brilliant. I'll tell you what, I couldn't do your job. I couldn't do it, right?
I could do your job.
Well, exactly. You see, we're even then, aren't we? Right?
Yeah.
We are fucking even, and that's what I want. That's the thing. Everyone in this country, we're putting together. We're all even, aren't we, darling? Hey.
Exactly.
God bless you. Hey, that's a very nice Extractor fan behind you, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. Did you pick the flat because of the Extractor fan? Was that a feature? When you picked the flat, did you say, "Oh, that's a nice Extractor fan"? To your fella, did you say, maybe the Extractor fans?
To be honest, no.
No. Okay, fair enough.
I've never really noticed it.
You've never noticed your Extractor fan?
Yeah. What if you switch it on, but like, yeah.
You never looked at it, have you? Never looked at it before?
No.
Cool. Well, maybe tonight is life changing in some way. Maybe from now on, you're going to look at that Extractor fan differently, aren't you?
Exactly.
That's beautiful. Well, it's nice to talk to you. It's nice to talk to you and keep up the good work as a doctor. Though I think the days off things are, to be honest, you know, well, I'm a little surprised by that, to be honest. You know, you should be out there really right now, shouldn't you? Hey, go on. Anyway, nice to meet you, Amy. Have a great weekend, darling. Doing nothing, even though you're a doctor and essential personnel. Right. Well, my time with you is coming to an end, ladies and gentlemen. We're drawing to a close together. I have to say, you know, speaking to you via the magical medium of the internet is a beautiful thing, because this is our blitz, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Finally, we got ourselves a fucking blitz. This is our blitz. You and me right now. This is our blitz. Yeah, sat on the couch watching Netflix. This is our fucking blitz. Our grandparents, they had a respirator and Anderson shelter. We had broadband, a big telly. They had a ration book. We had 10 quid off at Nando's. But never let it be said that we didn't do our fucking damnedest in this crisis. You're beautiful people. I hope to see you all again. I'm going to hand you back to your amazing host and an incredible evening comedy, Kiri Pritchard McLean. Thank you. God bless you. Each and every one, take your glasses back to the bar when they reopen, for fuck's sake.
Give it up for the pub landlord, everybody. Woo, woo, woo! Oh my God, Daz, I absolutely love you. Daz and Phil watching, hello. I absolutely love that Daz has converted his garage. And of course, there's framed sporting memorabilia on the wall. Whoa, you don't see shit like that every day. Yes, I'm enjoying this so much. Right, so we've been inundated with bad date stories from you. So I'm going to take you through a couple of the entries that we've got so far. If you think you've got a bad date story than that, you can tweet us on @COVID_comedy. So this is from Emma. So she said, so the day my girlfriend handed in her dissertation, we'd probably been going steady about 2 months. We went for an early afternoon pub crawl and planned to go for a meal to finish the night. Fast forward through all the booze, trying the strongest drinks and even a black pickled egg. No idea what that is. I'm going to have to Google that. Went for an Italian. She disappears to the loo. 20 minutes later, I'm starting to think something's up. She shit herself on the way to the loo. Everywhere. Anywho, celebrated 5 years together. Yes, the couple that shits themselves in public together stays together. That is one of the most British stories I've ever read. Georgia. My worst date was this Valentine's weekend just gone. I spent the Saturday with my new boyfriend and he spent the Sunday with his actual girlfriend of 3 years. Oh my God, put his name up. Let's kill him. We found out about each other shortly after and both kicked him out onto the street. Yes. After throwing his clothes in the rain, this gets better and better. Girlfriend number one's doing and then covering all his belongings in glitter. Girlfriend number two. We're now friends and are both watching the COVID arms. Shout out to Double Life Dan for bringing us together. #girl power. Well, that's going to take some fucking beating, isn't it? Yes, please. That was like the ultimate feel-good feminist tale. In your face, Dan, you piece of shit. Worst date. This is from Nikita. Tinder catfish going bad from the start. However, it was clearly a boring Friday night. Met for drinks and spoons. Conversation was dead. We've all been there, babes. We had too many drinks and started arguing at the bar. She was escorted outside and said I would follow. I sat at the table downing 2 pints to feel less awkward. When I faced her again, walked outside to walk her home, still a gentleman. She was necking on with a bouncer who kicked her out the pub. Happy Fridays. Oh my God, fair play for dodging that one, because you've got to think someone is locked down with that human. That will have happened. Like that, that absolute human hand grenade is in lockdown with someone somewhere and you dodged that bullet. So fair play to you. It's a good one, isn't it? But we are it is a really good bad date story, but we are all thinking about the women watching this gig together who fucking stuck it to that 2 timing Dan. Oh God, I love that story so much. I'm going to bring on another act. The fantastic Rhys James is coming up. I've seen him all over your television. He's a brilliant, brilliant comedian. I'm so glad he's doing the gig. So whoop, cheer, go wild, go crazy for the fantastic Rhys James, everybody. Woo, 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 woo.
Thank you very much. Thanks so much, Kiri. Hello, everyone. Just want to express there will be a slight change from Kiri's vibe and Al's vibe. I won't be talking to any of you. Okay, listen, I didn't get into stand-up comedy to have two-way conversations, all right? That's not what this is for. I mean, I didn't get into stand-up comedy to sit down, but here we are. But listen, this is my 10 to 15 minutes, and I will do with it as I please, although I must say that Marshall Matthews is exactly what a Brighton-based Eminem tribute act would be called, and he would wear that hat. Enjoyed your date stories, everyone. Lovely date stories. Just to clarify, Double Life Dan is a pseudonym to protect his identity, and I can't apologize enough, but good to see you both again. Anyway, listen, we're getting through it, aren't we? Okay, I said I wouldn't do any more online gigs, and yet here we are, third lockdown. What can we do? But it's been all right, hasn't it? As everyone, I hope you've all had a good third lockdown. I think it's been good overall. I mean, I've got depression again, but it's been good, you know. Yes, I've had another couple of breakdowns, but I bought myself a pair of Crocs, and they're surprisingly comfortable. So rough with the smooth. Take what you can get. But there were good bits anyway. So in lockdown 1, there was one of my favorite moments of my life happened, which is I was walking to the supermarket. Okay, this isn't it. I was walking to the supermarket and I was going to the supermarket, by the way, because I was going to get some antibacterial wipes. And I wanted the wipes because I wanted to wipe the outside of my antibacterial hand gel bottle. That is the most COVID-covered surface known to man. That's what we all touch when we think we've touched some coronavirus, and then we wipe our hands, and then we touch it again because we're thick. So I was going to get some wipes to wipe that. And by the way, when I got the wipes, I was going to wipe the wipes. Yeah, exactly. Some people say that I'm being too serious with that. People forget that step. You've got to wipe the wipes. All right. There's a phrase to help you remember. If you don't wipe the wipes wipe you. That's how you get it. Put it on a bumper sticker and then don't touch it. But listen, I was walking to the supermarket and I was going through the park, right? I thought I'd need to see some nature on my mandated walk. And I went through the park. And as I was going through the park, right, this is, by the way, at a time where if you went into the park, everyone on Twitter said that you had murdered their grandma. Very reasonable time of history that everyone will look back on fondly. And I was just walking through the park. And as I was walking into the park, this white van drove past and shouted at everyone in the park. This bloke let out and just went, "Go back to your house." And I was like, holy shit. I mean, this pandemic has got people changing their whole philosophies. Whatever way you look at it, that is a white van man leaning out of his window to shout, "Get your tits in." That is mental. That's where we've moved on to now. It's ridiculous. Right. But this is a different vibe, I think, this lockdown 3. You know, we tolerated it. We did all the stuff in lockdown 1, but lockdown 3, mate, it's like lockdown 1, I was being all careful. As I say, I was wiping everything, including the wipes themselves. You know, I was staying 2 meters apart. I was wearing my mask. I wasn't talking to anyone. I wasn't seeing anyone from a different house, all this shit. This lockdown, I genuinely found myself thinking the other day, I wonder if my drug dealer does haircuts. That's where I'm at. I genuinely thought it because I was arranging a drugs deal. And as I was doing it, I genuinely thought, oh, God, he's the only person I've seen that doesn't live with me. And I know they can't do haircuts. I wonder if I'll just ask him. And then my first thought that came to my head was, nah, probably not, because it is illegal. Maybe he draws the line somewhere. You don't know. But people are breaking rules now, aren't they? Everyone's breaking the rules. In fact, wasn't it like this week that an actual thing called the COVID Arms, like a genuine, real life, physical, tangible pub you can go into, it's like found and shut down or something? People are just going crazy breaking the rules now in lockdown 3. No one gives a shit anymore, do they? Which is a disgrace. I know it's a disgrace. You know, but the police are hot on it, right? And arguably too hot, right? If they're going around, they're just like fining you for everything. And I'm on board with that massively, not because of any kind of COVID situation, just that I've been spending my days dressing up as a policeman and finding people sat on park benches, making an absolute fortune. 200 quid a go. It's easy. But of course, I have to, you got to hustle. You know, I can't do my normal job, can I? Which is fake ticket inspector. So I don't have a choice. All right. That's what I got to do. But it's confusing, isn't it? It's confusing, you know, the rules, you know, like all these things. But oh, so I'm allowed to exercise with one friend from another house, but like I also can't stay over at my girlfriend's house because she dumped me. I mean, what are the rules? It's ridiculous. One thing that has happened this lockdown is that there's one person who's having a great one. And that is Reece James, the Chelsea right back. There's a footballer at the moment called Reece James. I don't know if you've noticed from what it says in the corner of my Zoom window. That is my name. It's very upsetting to me that he's absolutely smashing it, right? He plays for England, this guy. He's doing so. I didn't even know about him as well for ages, right? I would just get tweets like on a Saturday. They would just be like, "Oh, just watch, mate. Absolutely brilliant. You were head and shoulders above the rest." And I'd be like, "Oh, well, I guess they're showing my episode of Live at the Apollo again. Must be watching Dave." Which is kind of arrogant because even when that episode of Live at the Apollo was on, no one tweeted me saying brilliant. They just tweeted me saying, "Since when has the girl from Star Wars done stand-up comedy?" But that's the situation. He's doing fucking. The worst though is when I get the negative tweets that just tweeting me going, "Absolutely rubbish, mate. You're a complete disappointment. Embarrassing." I'm like, mate, you're a fucking idiot. Chelsea aren't even playing today. What are you talking about? Figure it out, mate. The worst thing is Reece James isn't even my real name. Well, I changed it. That's the annoying thing. I had to change my name because when I started doing stand-up comedy, there was already a successful comedian with my name, right? And I just thought at the time, you know, there's not really space for 2 Ramesh Ranganathans. So I've got to readjust is the point. I've got to change tact. You know, I've got to get my career back off the ground in a new way. And so what I've done is I've written a bunch of characters, all right, because I need to not have to use my name, basically. So I'll do some of the characters for you now. So the first one, this is a character. This is a guy who knows that when you take a sip of a drink, you're supposed to go, because it's refreshing, but he's only ever seen that written down. Okay, so he goes, Okay, that's the first character. The next character is called the Self-Conscious Dictator. Okay, that's his name, the Self-Conscious Dictator. We need to create a master race and eradicate anyone who isn't part of it. Or not. Is that cringe? Oh, I always do this. Is that lame? Would you tell me? You'd tell me. Next character is called the Hypnotist Personal Trainer. Okay, that's this one, the Hypnotist Personal Trainer. You feel your eyelids getting heavier. Your eyelids are getting very heavy now. So heavy you can't lift them. Lift, maggot, lift! Okay, the next character is the inept paedophile. That's just a paedophile, but he gives children whistle lollies as the sweet, so he gets caught immediately because they just blow that, just becomes a rape whistle. Okay, and the final character is Lana Del Boy, and that's just a combination of Lana Del Rey and Del Boy, but that's as far as I got with that. All right. Anyway, listen, pandemic-wise, I think it's been good overall for getting out of stuff. Please don't cut that out of context. It's been good for getting out of stuff, hasn't it? The pandemic, you know, like at the start of the year, last year, I was asked to speak at my school. I don't still go there. I was asked to return to my old school and give a speech to the year 11s, right, to inspire the year 11s. And I said no, because there was no fee. But also because if you're going to be one of those pricks who goes back to your old school to be inspirational, you got to be fucking famous, okay? You need to be you need to walk to the playground and have all the kids go, oh my God, look, it's David Beckham. You know, if I go back to my old school, I'm going to walk to the playground and they're going to go, oh my God, look, it's a new boy. Not risking that shit. You know, what will I say? Oh, you all might remember me from the year that everyone called me Mr. Deacon because he was our history teacher and I wore the same jumper as him on non-uniform day. Deco for a year of my life. That was the situation. It was a good jumper. He was too old for it. Slazenger. Sorry, I'm just aware that this is being broadcast to thousands of people. I was hoping to get a brand deal. If anyone from Slazenger is watching, my email address will be in the chat. Okay. I'd love a jumper. I'd love a new jumper. I'm happy to represent. I hope you noticed, I've not said Nike there. I'm not aiming unrealistically high. Slazenger. Come on, mate. Anyway, sorry, got distracted. This is for charity, isn't it? The charity is Rhys James Jumper Fund. But I'm fascinated by the way everyone's approached the whole school situation the last year and a half or so anyway. You know, like at the moment, Boris is talking about reopening schools and everyone pretty much agrees that would be insane. But back like a year ago, people were just constantly, all parents were just, we've got to get the kids back to school. We've got to get the kids back to school. This is ridiculous. They're missing an education. We've got to get the kids back to school. I was always like, right, if your kids are under 10 years old and you're saying we've got to get back to school because they're missing education, admit that you're a liar and you hate your kids being near you, okay? Because no one in primary school is missing an education, all right? There is no education. So every single one of you watching this could have not done primary school. You'd be the exact same person you are now, right? There's no education to me. Primary school in this country is about two things: tadpoles and cress. That is it. Beginning and end of the list. That's it. 8 years of non-stop tadpole cress propaganda. That's the whole game. You spend the first 4 years popping out to the pond going, oh, that's going to be a frog in a bit. Then you spend the next 4 years emptying out old yogurt pots, putting soil in the bottom, trying to figure out the best environment for cress-based growth. That's the whole thing. You know, spending one whole year being like, is it in the dark? The teacher's like, no. Go on, have another go. You come in next year, wide-eyed, bushy-tailed, like, aha, I've got it. Is it with no water? No. Oh, you know what? Forget the crest. Why don't you just go outside and measure the playground with this trundle wheel? You've graduated. That's primary school. That's all you need. But I'll tell you what, I do feel for the elder students, year 11s, people like that, right, who didn't get to do the exams. That's the situation. We spoke to one earlier, right? And it was not a year 11, but someone who didn't get to do exams. And the exams are formative because you need to feel what it's like under that pressure in that moment when you read that question. So I just think it's a shame that, you know, they didn't get to hear any exam questions. So don't worry, I've written some. So if there are any year 11s watching, then Kiri, have a word with yourself about your demographic. But listen, if you know any, then I'd just like to share with you, I've written some on a few different topics. And you can test your kids with these. So first up, philosophy. If a man says he sets the bar high at limbo, is he saying he's good or bad? Next up is maths. If grandma has £1 million in the bank and I'm her only grandchild, why won't she die? English. Explain how mouse becomes mice, but house becomes quite shit from series 6 onwards. Never seen it. Politics. Discuss the idea that a vote for the Green Party is ironically a waste of paper. And finally, biology. What is the average weight for a newborn baby? Is it A, 7 pounds, 5 ounces, or B, about 9 months? Listen, one of the ways I want to spend the last bit of this gig, but also one of the ways I've been spending my time in lockdown to distract myself, is I like to take captions and cartoons from the New Yorker magazine, which are often very droll and very dry, and I change the captions, just recontextualizing to make them a bit more fun. So I'll share some with you now. It's basically just like a hobby, just for something to do in it. So here we go. All right. So the original one for this, I can't really remember. It was something just about the end of the world, wasn't it? But I went with a simple, oh, hang on. Quick, I need to get my 10,000 steps in before they kill me. That's that one. Okay. Next one was this. This was originally a joke in the New Yorker about coffee, a very droll one about a chino. I think I had a chino as the punchline, but I went for a lot of women don't know the meaning of mansplaining. This one was something, I think it literally was just, I love her. but I went for culture appropriation is honestly so fucked. Next up, we got this one. This is my favorite one. The original caption for this was cilantro ruins everything. But I went for, who the fuck is that woman? This man bangs herbs. All right. That's what you got to know about me. That's the sort of joke I like. This one, pretty root one here. I went for, can you read Jack Reacher in your own room, Dad? I'm trying to sleep for fuck's sake. Next up, we've got this one. Another classic. Say what you see. Will you marry me? Hey, he's on one knee. What do you want me to say? It was a choice between either this joke or referencing the incredibly steep death slide the baby in the background is hurtling down. Sticking to a theme here, I went with, well, as you can see, I glued my hands together to avoid this very thing. Continuing the theme, once again, say what you see. I may now kiss the groom. He's leaning in. Another one, this was the original caption for this was something like, can you see if I left my wallet up there? Pretty funny. I went for, I'm right behind you, bitch. And the last one for this one, the original caption here was, I think we should go back to SeaWorld, but I decided to go for the more timeless and relevant. I think you're an alcoholic, Carl. So there we go. Thank you very much, everyone. I believe that is my time. I hope you enjoy everything forever. Goodbye.
Give it up for Reese James, everybody. Woo, woo, woo. Fun fact, Jess, who's here and looking after all the chat and stuff, thought that Reese had a dumb waiter behind him in his flat, which just like he's just popping in from a shift doing some catering in a large-scale hotel somewhere to do a gig in the basement. We've got a few more of your worst date stories before we have a little break, so let's have a look what we've got up here. Oh, there we go. This is from Bethan. Oh gosh, I love it that you've gone like full, like, yeah, there's quite a lot of info here. Right. A friend of mine went on a date with a guy she met on Tinder. She thought the date went well and told him she'd like to see him again. He responded that he'd had a nice evening but didn't fancy her. They shared a cab home as they lived in the same area. As they got closer to her flat, she realized she didn't have her keys and lived by herself. It was late and she had no one to call. He suggested she sleep on his sofa, so they went back to his. He gave her a blanket and he awkwardly said goodnight, turned off the lights and went to his bedroom alone. She noticed a light and a buzzing sound, so got up to turn all the switches off and went to sleep. In the morning, he came in and said, "What the fuck did you do?" She had no idea what he was talking about. You've killed my fish. He said. She responded, "Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. I'll give you the money to buy new ones." He said they cost over £1,000 and were rare exotic fish. She turned the light and oxygen off in the massive fish tank he had in the living room. She swiftly left without giving him any money, and they never saw each other again. Oh my God, that is absolutely chilling. I've got not a similar story, but it reminds me of a story of a guy from this area that I used to have a, let's say, sexual arrangement with when I was younger. Can we have my face on this, Jake, or is that yeah. So I had a sexual arrangement with someone when I was younger, and he stayed at my flat in Liverpool when I was a student, left some socks there. We couldn't find them because my room was such a mess. Anyway, back in Wales, we were having a bang again. And he was like, "Oh, I can't find my T-shirt." And he was convinced I'd stole these socks in Liverpool, by the way. And I was like, I was helping him look for it. Went down the side of the bed, pulled out a shirt, realized it was another boy that I'd slept with who'd left his T-shirt there. I was like, well, obviously I can't whip out another man's shirt. So I shoved it down and he went, "What was that?" And I was like, "Nothing." And he was like, "Is that my T-shirt?" And I was like, "No, it's not." And he was like, and he said to me in the scaredest voice I've ever heard, he went, "Please stop stealing my things. I just want to leave." So he thought I was fucking stealing his clothes, and I wasn't. It just happened to be that another guy had left an item down the side of my bed. Right, so sorry, let's go back to this again. It reminded me of that. I once went on a first date to a pub quiz. First question was easy one. What's the capital of Wales? And my date replied W. It did not last. Yes, please. Sometimes you need to bang a thicko, though, you know. Sometimes they're the most fun ones. This is from Larry. Had one particularly awkward first date. Partway through, a waiter started flirting with my date. When he came back later, he asked her out in front of me. That place did not get a 5-star review. Brutal. Oh my God, that's so mean, isn't it? But we all want to know if she said yes. That's what we want to hear. So keep sending in your bad date stories. We said good date or bad date, but really no one wants to hear about the good dates. We all just want to hear about when you've been treated like trash, please. If you've, killed any aquatic animals, then we're very keen on that. And we're going to have a little break now, probably about 15 minutes. We've got music from Yemi. I've written it down because I don't want to say her name wrong. Yemi Bola Tiwa. There we go. And we'll see you in about 15 minutes time. Bye.
Hello, my name is Yemi Bola Tiwa. This is live at the COVID Arms, and I'm going to sing you some of my own songs tonight. That song was called Water. It's actually coming out very soon, like next week, so keep your eyes out for that. This next one's called Troubled Living. messed up world. I top of the power game, giving advice they say, live with it means, but means never do. Sacrifice all your hope, word to the bone and go, living for them and never for you. I is trouble living, feel like quitting this unforgiving world. Illusions of progress, losing your focus in a hopeless, messed up world. Hey, wondering how we got this far. Have we lost the roots of who we are? People we try so very hard. Are we out of love? Will we self-destruct? Yeah. It's trouble living, feel like quitting this unforgiving world. Detrimental, how essential in a hopeless, messed up world. Yeah, trouble living, feel like quitting this unforgiving world. Illusions of progress, losing your focus in a hopeless, messed up world. Yeah. Na 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 na. Trouble living. Trouble living. That was Troubled Living. Just to do a quick shout out to Oliver Nam, who did these backing tracks for me. I usually perform with a full live band actually. Obviously that's not possible at the moment, but one day it will be. So hopefully you'll come see me live. Alone, always days the wait is just too much, but no one can see. I'm undercover, always the silent sufferer, always the cool and the calm. Some days the wait is just too much, but no one can see. I'm undercover. That's one of my oldest songs, Silent Sufferer, about 9 years old actually. And it brings us to the very final tune, which is a remix of a song, a couple of songs you probably know. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for having me and thinking everybody to you well. My lover's got no money, he's got his strong beliefs. My lover's got no power, he's got his strong beliefs. My lover's got no fame, he's got his strong beliefs. My lover's got no money, he's got his strong beliefs. More and more, people just want more and more freedom and love. What he's looking for, more and more, people just want more and more freedom and love. What he's looking for, free from desire, mind and senses purified, free from desire, mind and senses purified, free from desire, mind and senses purified, free from desire. My lover's got no money, he's got his strong beliefs. My lover's got no power, he's got his strong beliefs. My lover's got no fame, he's got his strong beliefs. My lover's got no money, he's got his strong beliefs. One more and more, people just want more and more freedom and love. What he's looking for, one more and more, people just want more and more freedom and love. What he's looking for, free from desire, mind and senses purified, free from desire, mind and senses purified, free from desire, mind and senses purified, free from desire. Na 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 you. We only said goodbye words. I died 100 times. You go back to her, and I go back. Na 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 Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of the night and have a good laugh. Take care of yourselves. Bye.
Hello, welcome back to the COVID Arms, everybody. How good was? Oh, I can hear an echo. I'm worried it's just in my mind. How good was Yemi? It sounded amazing, right? And one of the few people that I've seen look very classy in front of Crushed Velvet. So fair play to her there. We've got 2 more acts in this section. It's such a good show. And you guys are sending in your date stories. And I honestly couldn't be happier that we set this as a challenge for you because... Well, I'm just going to get cracking and read out some of them because one of them is, I feel like this person and I are kindred spirits. I feel like it happened to me. Not this one, but let's have I haven't read this one yet. So this is Sally. I went to a pub quiz with a date, did a picture round of people's body parts. I recognised Jodie Marsh's boobs. He said they were Katie Price's and I was insistent that they were hers. I wrote down Jodie Marsh. I was right and he didn't like it when I laughed at him. Fair play, fair play. I love that you knew how to like out-tit him. That's attention to detail. This is it. This is Michelle. Michelle and I feel like we are separated at birth. This is exactly the kind of thing I would do. I stayed over at a date's house after a very messy night out. In the middle of the night, I went to the loo, but was so pissed and confused. I couldn't find the loo, so weed in the sink. The weight of my body ripping the entire sink clean off the wall. Yes, please. Michelle, fair play. God, I can literally picture every moment of that happening. Of you as well being drunk and be like, I've had the best idea, and then bare ass. Oh my God, it's just so good. Well done, Michelle, for sharing that with literally thousands of strangers. I haven't been on loads of dates. I've been just because when I was younger, you didn't go on dates. You just banged who lived on the closest farm to you. So like dating wasn't really a thing. I only went on a couple in between some like longer term relationships. And it's weird, isn't it, what you find out about yourself? I didn't realise that I really like northern accents, like, you know, proper fucking like affordable housing northern, like that kind of like proper fucking Hovis advert stuff, and I think it's quite sexy. And I found out I love a proper northern accent. And this is quite spicy, when we're in bed together and they sort of like, this one guy in particular, we'd be in bed together and he sort of whisper in my ear in that proper fucking northern accent, and I was like, oh my God, so fit, isn't it? It's so fit. You're like, oh, there's a backstory with this. I bet you had a ginnel, like he's proper fucking northern, right? And I thought it was a northern accent was doing it, being whispered in my ear, but I found out it's just at any time if it's whispered in my ear. It didn't have to be when we're in bed together. It didn't have to be when we're having sex. And I found this out the hard way because we went on a date to the cinema and he leant over and he went, I really need a massive shit. And I was like, oh my God, tell me how big it is. That's a joke that there's a true story, and also one that I stopped doing in clubs because it is what's known as a room divider. So I'm sorry to the people at home eating or who have just been like, you know what, I've gone right off my Baileys. We've got 2 brilliant acts in this section. I'm so excited to have this next act performing, and I'm so excited that God love him. He's come and he's doing it live in the venue. We're going to go off different sides. It doesn't mean anything. It's not Greek theatre. It's just, you know, he doesn't want my germs and vice versa. So COVID Arms, please give your love to this act that I'm genuinely so excited for. I think you're going to love him. Stamp your feet, clap your hands, make some noise for them. It's fantastic. Callum Oakley, everybody! Woo-hoo!
Yes. Hello, everyone. Oh, I'm so happy to be here. This is bloody lovely. This is my first gig in like a year that I've done, and it's so nice to be able to. I was like, I've had my whole lockdown with my mum and dad, and it's been emotional. Like in the first week, I found them wrestling. Which wasn't the best thing. Like I went in the bedroom and my mum had me dad in like this thigh headlock. He was there like that. Now, he wasn't tapping out, which was really weird. And he was there. He was shouting. He was waving his hand at me like this. He was doing that. He was waving it like that. Like, apparently he was telling me to close the door, but I thought he was tagging me in. Yeah, that was emotional. That was. I'm enjoying these first date stories, by the way. Like, I went into lockdown newly single, and it's quite tough trying to get back out there being single during COVID. Like, I went online dating, which didn't end well. This is a very dark story, by the way, and my mum and dad are watching this. So basically what happened was I got speaking to this girl, and she was lovely. And then she asked me if I lived on my own, and I said, no, I still live with my parents. I'm still in the box room because things are going well. And I said, what about you? And she said, no, I still live with my parents. Then she said, well, do you drive? I said, yeah. Thinking, you know what, we might meet up. We'll go for like a nice little walk, socially distanced, of course, with a little mask on. And then she started sending me pictures of knives. And I was thinking, oh, she might be a butcher. But what she wanted me to do was pick her up in my car, in my Volkswagen Polo, and put a knife to her throat while we have sex. Yeah. So on my phone, I was Googling nice little walks in Widnes when I should have been Googling ancient samurai techniques. So I'm thinking, I can't do that. Like, imagine if you're a police officer and you're walking past a car that is rocking. You're thinking, okay, I'm going to hand these youths a fine. Then you come closer and you just see a lad with a knife to a girl's throat having sex. You aren't going to ask questions. You're immediately going to call for backup. And I am going to get arrested and beat up straight away. So I'm completely off online dating now, and I'm still in the mum and dad's box room in my boxies playing PlayStation. So that's how my lockdown's going. I've had 3 jobs as well during lockdown. The first one, I got sacked in Aldi in a warehouse. I was driving a forklift, and I was in charge of putting food on the forklift and driving it into a bay in the warehouse. So I'm driving this way, and behind me is like the little forklift, the little fork's behind me there. So you stack it there and you drive this way. And I didn't have the hand of it because it was like an inverted like driving. And I kind of turned the wheel like that, and I knocked a massive crate of cottage cheese in the warehouse, and it went everywhere. And it was in my first week. And I looked around and no one was there. So I thought, I'll get away with it. And I drove off, and my shift finished, and the manager came over to me and he said, how are you finding things, Callum? I said, yeah, things are going really well, yeah. He said, are you getting used to it? I was like, yeah, piece of piss in it. I was like, getting the hang of it. He said, I want you to meet the general manager. He's in the office. He wants to have a little word with you. I was like, yeah, that's fine. Got chatting to him, and he was like, so you enjoying it? Yeah, because I know it's a bit of different, like what you used to. Like, you were a stand-up comedian, now you're working in a warehouse. It's kind of a change. I went, yeah, it's dead easy. I'm getting the hang of it. He said, there's anything to report back? I said, no. He went, are you sure? I said, yeah. He went, are you positive? And I went, yeah. And he went, okay. And he turned around, and they had this screen behind him, and it was split off into like 4 mini screens, and they had CCTV of the warehouse. Now, I don't know why I didn't think that a multi-million-pound business wouldn't have security inside their warehouse. And all you see is me driving forward like this, spinning it out. Cottage cheese goes flying. I'm looking at it. Oh, bad that, innit? Just whispering. And I said to him, I was like, you don't want me to come back? And he went, no, probably best. So then I worked in Pizza Hut. That was tragic. I got recognised as a comedian in Pizza Hut, which as a comedian, it makes you feel warm and fuzzy, especially when you're not gigging, because you kind of feel like you lose your identity when you don't gig. So if someone recognises you as a comedian during COVID, it makes you feel so good. He see me at a gig in Liverpool, and he just went, oh, you're that comedian, aren't you? And I went, yeah. He went, I seen you in Liverpool. He went, how are things going? I said, things are going really well, yeah. Do you want pepperoni on your pizza? Or broke my heart. The only time I have ever been recognised. But yeah, it's just been a whirlwind. Like before COVID, I went travelling, which was quite nice. I went with my ex at the time. Like she had this idea where she thought, she sat me down and she said, you know what, I've got this idea. She went, I think we should go travelling as a couple because we will push those boundaries. we will test our relationship. And if we are together by the end of traveling, we'll be together for the rest of our lives. Day one, she tested me. She fucking tested me. We had to pack our bag. We had 20 kilograms allowance for 6 months. For 6 months, I got mine to 18 kilograms. I'm dead proud of myself. I weighed it again the next day, just before we were going to the airport. 23 kilograms. Somehow, overnight, my bag got heavier. I checked it. Half of my clothes were missing. And half of theirs were inside my bag. But just unnecessary things like 2 airbrushes. I went, why is there 2 airbrushes in my bag? She went, well, I've got a good one and I've got a shit one. I was like, well, take the good one and leave the shit one. She's like, I've got it just in case I lose one. But what if you lose a good one, then you're left with a shit one? Well, then I'll just buy another hairbrush, won't I? Like, I'm the fucking dickhead in this. The first stop we went to was Singapore, right? And that was a big eye-opener for me. I went for a poo in the airport, and they have no toilet paper in the cubicle. What they have is, they have this little lever next to the toilet that you lift up, and water shoots straight into your bumhole. It was the best thing I have ever experienced. It took my pokeball, went to another level. And then, while the water's going, there's another lever that you lift up, and the water goes from the bumhole to the gooch, to the balls, and then back again. It was like a little car wash. And then you pay 10 Singapore dollars, and this man comes in with a leather chamois and just polishes you off. The fucking best thing in the world. We went to Australia as well. That was our last destination. We went there. I managed to do some gigs over there, which was quite nice. Didn't have a fucking clue what I was booking. I accidentally booked myself in for a black comedy night, which you've probably noticed. Not black. Little dabble of Indian. And I turned up at this gig, and the woman said, like, what do you want? I said, I'm here for the black comedy night. I'm on. And she went, you're not black. You look like Mowgli, the little kid from Jungle Book. I was like, yeah, nice one. I went on. There was 300 people there. Every single one of them was black. Every single comedian that come on the stage was black. I thought when I was going to walk out, it was going to be like, do you know when Eminem goes out on 8 Mile for that rap battle? Just like, oh, what's this cracker doing here? Except they're not calling me a cracker, they're calling me a poppadom. So I thought it was rough, mate. It was rough. So we went to Australia. On the way back, we went to Amsterdam. I didn't have a nice time there because I'm not good with drugs, and it's a very like druggy place. Like I had half a brownie because that's all I could handle, and I just couldn't talk. I used up all my words for the day. Like my girlfriend was so annoyed. She was like, "Why aren't you talking? Why aren't you talking to me? What have you done? Why are you in the mood?" I was like, "I can't talk to you. I'm talking to you with my eyes. Like I love you loads. I just can't do this anymore. I'm stuck here forever." She went, you need to calm down. And let's just sat on the floor in the middle of Amsterdam, just staring straight at the floor, trying to compose myself. And then I just started watching these ants just crawl around me. And it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. And then I started feeding them breadcrumbs to see how they would carry the breadcrumbs. And then she picked me up and put me to bed. And I generally thought I was asleep, but I was just looking at the back of my arm for ages. I'm just not good with drugs at all. Like the first ever drug I took was ecstasy. Because I thought, if you're going to go for it, just fucking go for it. And you know what it did? I took too many pills on the night out. I tried to get in this nightclub and the doorman wouldn't let me in. And I said, why? And he went, because I've just kicked you out. I was like, what do you mean? He went, well, you were lying on the floor doing snow angels, tripping people up. And I felt me back and it was fucking soaking. So then I tried acid. Don't recommend it. If it's your first time and you were going to a rave in a warehouse, and I generally thought I had a pet elephant for the whole night. Like I was holding this elephant. I'm just moving people out the way of me elephant. And I went to the bar, I tied up my elephant. And then I walked away. And then I just started crying because I couldn't find my elephant. And then the whole night blacked out, I gained consciousness in a smoking area with this girl, just stroking my head. She go, no, it's fine, don't worry, you'll find your elephant one day. It's like, fucking hell. So then I thought drugs weren't for me. But this lockdown's been tough, as I said, like, you know, newly single, and when you kind of break up in a relationship, you go on your wild night out. And I've never done that before. Like, obviously, I haven't done that during lockdown. My second relationship, I managed to do that, and it went quite wild. I went missing after my second relationship on the rebound, because when I'm drunk, I get hungry. Like, I ended up in Subway, chicken tikka roll of salad. That's what I go for. No jalapenos, can't handle spice, worst Indian in the world. My Indian nan doesn't like me. And I think that's why. My white nan, she's dead sound. She's cool. My plain nan. Thank you so much for listening to me. This has been so much fun. Thank you for having me on. Enjoy the rest of the night. I've been Callum Oakley. Thank you.
Woo-hoo! Give it up for Callum Oakley, everybody. Woo! Oh my gosh, what a good night. I'm having an absolute blast. Apologies if I've made milk curdle in your house because you can hear me laughing in the background. My brother's like, your laugh is very present at this gig, but I can't help it. He's really, really funny. And yeah, I just can't help it. I wish I had a nicer laugh. Apologies. I think we've got a couple of date stories, and then we'll bring on stage the fantastic Flo and Joan, who I just love deeply. They're really brilliant, kind women, as well as being hilariously funny. Right, Mel, me, medical reg. What? Am I saying that right? Reg, yeah. Me, medical reg, called by a surgical house officer, possibly the cockiest git I've ever met. Shared some science over a swollen belly. Still thought he was a twat. Don't know what happened, but now we're married. Yes, Mel. I love it. Brought together by sort of a simmering hatred and arrogance. Fair play. Have we got another little one to show? I don't know what that name is. Early date, met the parents first time and was given a tour of the newly decorated house. Yes, please. MIL ended the tour, mother-in-law, ended the tour telling me that the cat was in the freezer. I should read these in advance. Apparently the cat died, but the ground was too hard to dig a hole. Married to him now, so it all worked out. I don't know that it did, babe. Also, there's what seems to be a frozen cat in your avatar picture. So it looks like you just turned them into a doorstop. Marrying into that family, incredible scenes. Wow, that's it's a really horrible story. I'll tell you the story very quickly. I had a dog growing up that I loved very dearly, Zach, and he ended up being put down, very sad, while I was away at university. And I came back, and my parents had very kindly buried him, so I didn't have to kind of deal with anything. And then there was a really bad smell, and I didn't put two and two together. And I was like, what is that bad? It's getting worse in the hot weather. It's getting worse. And then I heard my parents, I said, oh, this is a bad smell. And they went, oh, a hedgehog. The dog has killed a hedgehog, and that's what you can smell. It is somewhere near your bedroom. I was like, oh, okay. And then a few days later, I was like, oh, that smell is worse again. And then my mum went, we can blame your father for that. And he went, shut up, Beverly. And I said, what's this? And my mum went, oh, just tell her that you didn't bury a childhood pet deep enough, and that's what she can smell. So there you go. That kind of like a little insight into my childhood and adolescence is exactly the reason that I have to do stand-up comedy. Also, I'd say it's one of the worst stories that you can bring another act onto. Let's all think of a shallow buried dog corpse. But if anyone can follow a shallowly buried dog corpse, it is the next act. It's Flo and Joan. I'm so glad I've been like, building up courage to ask them to come and do the gig. I'm so glad they've said yes. So please make some noise, put your hands together, go wild, go crazy for the fantastic Flo and Joan, everybody! Woo, 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 woo! Oh, look at them. Great hair, girls.
We just won a competition. Yeah. We're like the people on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, where it's like, welcome, Deborah and Sadie from Blackburn. Da, da, da. Cool, that's us. Thanks for bringing us on to Dead Animal Stories, Kiri. We once had this rat went into the back of our microwave, and we kept on using the microwave, and there was a bad smell, and we just kept on using it, and we'd always come home from school and have like a couple of hot dogs, just toast them up in the microwave, and overnight, like the hot dogs started to change the taste. And the taste started to become the smell. And then Mum was like, "Oh, just see what's in the back of the microwave." And there was a massive rat just cooking. Picked it out like a prawn cracker, threw it in the garden, and
Kept the microwave.
Kept the microwave. Yeah, screw that back on.
Yeah.
Microwaves are expensive. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
We are Flo and Joan. We are sisters, which is why I introduced the mum. Our mum is a microwave. She's not. We are sisters. We've got the same parents. One of the questions that we get asked all the time is, "Are you really real sisters?" Lots of people will say, "You don't look the same," and then they'll say again, "Are you sure you're real sisters?" So we've written those people a song.
Yeah.
Yes. We can hear the applause coming all the way from
we trust it's there.
Wales. We have some more songs, probably just a little bit of time for a couple more. This second song.
Yeah, sure.
Is a song.
It's a I guess it's relevant. We wrote it a while ago, and it's sort of come back round like the scrunchie. It's got a rebirth, so we've got her out of the drawer in the kitchen, and we're gonna get her back in. It's called Bing Bang Bong. It's not. Don't worry about it.
It's not as perfect as Bing Bang Bong. Any Drag Race fans in the house? Nothing. Okay. My child is a gift of my creation. My babe, my darling sweetums, my papoose. I've shielded them from harms and spoils, and bugs and birds and boils, since the day I dropped that treasure out my goose. Some parents fill their kids with junk and poison. How they treat them, it leaves me bewildered. And this arises especially in matters pharmaceutically. Yes, surprise, I do not vaccinate my children. Medical science stinks of silly. It's a bunch of willy-nilly. For I have read the internet and you're not tricking me. It's doctoral indoctrination and pharma fornication. I have seen less hocus pocus coming out a wizard's sleeve. I myself am an educator, though granted not on paper. I spout my beliefs which I believe to be believed. Their PhDs stink out like bum sweat, but I have a degree in mumsnet. I know gooder than a doctor. Clappy clappy for me. Polio, oh nolio, that disappeared some time ago. Measles, mumps and rubella are all a bunch of ooh la la. Other parents, don't you scoff, it's just about a whooping cough. And how'd you get rid of the cough with the whoop? Why? You whoop the cough away. Whoop, 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 whoop the cough away. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Daddy's going to cure you with good wishes and herbs. And if those good wishes do you wrong, you won't have to worry, cause you won't last long. I will not have my angel injected with autism from these cocktails you concoct from witches' tits and horses' jism. The facts might state otherwise, but doctors screw up all the time. I haven't trusted science since I saw the film Flubber. My children have no friends cause they can't be around others, which works for me, for that means more time with mother. The risk of allergic reaction to vaccine is 1 in a million, and my child, unmatched in brilliance, is 1 in a million. And since my child is so special, it'll definitely happen to them, cause that's how statistics works. I read that in a leaflet, which I made myself. And while we're here sharing 9/11 was a hoax, and OJ did no crime, aliens exist, Diana's still alive. Not all lives matter, the earth couldn't be flatter. Prince Andrew doesn't sweat, and I'm a good mother. Which is why I do not vaccinate my children, sedate my children, sedate my children, sedate my children, sedate my children. I hate my children, I hate my children. Die, 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 die. They they will. Die, 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 die. You cannot trick me, no prick me, no prick me, no facts and no facts, they are medical fluff. These toxins and antifreeze, not in my baby, please. I am an expert, enough is enough. The science perverse and it works in reverse, even sick of my child to make it them worse. You crazy, away from my baby, you can't kill my darling if I get there first. The faster you say it, the more it is true. You cannot trick me, no prick me, no prick me, no facts and no facts, they are medical fluff. These toxins and antifreeze, not in my baby, please. I am an expert, enough is enough. Science perverse and it works in reverse, even sick of my child to make it them worse. You crazy, away from my baby, you can't kill my darling if I get there first. You can't kill my darling if I get there first. Die, 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 die. Oh, very good. Thank you. Apparently, there's a lot of NHS workers on this show this evening. Thank you for doing the old, as they say in the game, crab meat. Yeah, they're getting it in the old thing. You know, we need that. Hello. What's next?
Oh, we're going. We were told that the crew at the COVID Arms, the kind of watchers and listeners and fun people that turn up, are very nice humans. So we wanted to try, like, write something new and try something new for you, which is. If you've ever seen us do new material before, you know that it's definitely worth all the money you get off your refund for coming to see us do new material. But we heard that you're nice, so we wanted to try it and all that kind of stuff.
We wrote it last night.
Because
what else is there to do?
Yeah. And then we realised that when you do new material as a comedian, the whole point you do it is to hear that people are laughing, to make sure people are laughing, so you know it's funny and then you can keep it. But we then remembered, after we'd written the song, that what are these hands doing? That we can't hear you as an audience. We don't actually know that you're laughing.
There.
So it's a great chance to do new material. But we're going to plow on anyway, because why not? So
because we don't know whether you're laughing, we would like some kind of physical response from you. If you think the song is worth doing again, can you just send us a picture of your favorite loose women? Just tweet us your favorite loose women.
Doesn't have to be from the TV show Loose Women either.
No, it can be your mum or Kiri, or it could just be whoever you want.
Yeah.
And then if we get a good amount, we'll know that it's worth doing.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully over 200, because there's 2,000 of you here, so 10% is usually the idea is usually good to go. If you get over 10% is the medical statistics. So yeah, we're just gonna give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
It could be disastrous, it might not be, but you know what, if it is bad, you just get to witness that. You'll be the only person to witness it, and then we'll all go to hell in a straight basket. What's that phrase?
We'll all go to hell in a handbasket and keep it hot. And then it's the rest of the movie Chicago.
Okay, we haven't got long.
We don't have long. And this song, actually, in keeping with the whole dating thing that you've been sending in this evening, is also about regret. So that's fun. So we're going to do this song.
Okay, let's give it a
bish bash.
Let's give it a go. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bye. You were in the corner of the room, and I was in the middle, trying to work up the nerve to come and talk to you. Then you came over, put out your hand, and I shook your thumb and I said, hey, nice to meet you. You left. And I'm gonna think about that for the rest of my life. The rest of my life, oh yeah. 10 years later, and I was in a Tesco Express. Saw you buy the freezers and I thought, I'm gonna talk to you. Tapped you on the shoulder and I said, hey, you said, hey. I said, remember me? I'm the girl from the party who shook your thumb and said, hey, nice to meet you. You said, I'm sorry, I don't remember that. I said, no worries, my friend, I think about it constantly. Then you left. Then I walked away, tripped over a tower of beans and tried to run out the shop. But the door didn't open and I face planted the window and it set off all the burglary alarms. And I know you saw. Now I'm gonna thinking about you, thinking about me, thinking about that for the rest of my life. The rest of my life. At least I wish I'd shaken your hand so you know I can shake your hand. My brain is filled with all the things that I have ever said wrong. And all the colours on Joseph's coat, and that's it. I don't remember anything I learned in school. My head is just a streaming service of all my regrets. Like the time in a restaurant where I asked for spaghetti bolognese, and the time I walked in on my friend's mum in the bath, and the time on a tube when I graced a woman's boob and said, sorry, I just touched your boob, and she said, oh, I didn't notice. And I said, great, nice to meet you. Gonna think about me, thinking about them, thinking about my friend's mum and about my mental health is woo for the rest of my life. And yellow and green. For the rest of my life. Black and ochre. For the rest of my life. Olive and violet. For the rest of my life. Violet and mauve and chocolate and mauve. It's 2060. I'm on a walk, even with my cataracts. I clock you in the corner of the park. I put my head down, but here you come. You tap me on the shoulder with your walking stick. You said, hey, I said, no. You said, I know you. I said, sorry, not me. Must be somebody else, a different woman who's probably not well. You said, even at my age, I still remember. You're the girl who shook my thumb, fell into a tower of beans and smashed the door of a Tesco Express. Then you left. And I'm gonna think about them, thinking about me, thinking about them, remembering me, thinking about my friend's mom in the bar for the rest of my life. Crimson and silver, for the rest of my life. And lemon and russet, for the rest of my life. White and pink and orange and blue. Sick. Cool. We're gonna do one last song. One last song, and we'll get out of your hair. Thank you so much for having us.
This is so cool.
What a fantastic gig! Genuinely, what an amazing set of people you've got. Apart from what we just did, if that was embarrassing for you, we are going to finish it. We're going to finish the set with this last song. So it's Saturday night. We're all having a bev. We've been desperate for a night out for so long. So we wanted to just give you a chance to relive a night out. Just remember what it felt like. So this last song is for everyone with everyone feeling this. I went out last night and I ordered a glass of vino, and I was like, well done, mature woman. You ordered a glass of vino. I was with my very good friend Dino. Dino is the only name that rhymes with vino. We had a drink, then we had another drink, and then we had a break before we had another. Lots of drinks. We thought we'd change it up and do some karaoke singing, but when I stood up from my chair, I knew I was absolutely smashed. I drank too much, then I fell down the stairs and I broke both my shoes. Then I pulled the handrail off the wall. Then a bouncer came to me and he said, you have to leave. And I was like, I'm fine, but thanks for your concern. So I went back up the stairs. Well, I fell back up the stairs. And then guess what? I fell back down the stairs. Then Dino said you should go home, and I was like, no, you are. So I put more lipstick on and went back to the bar, where I bought more drinks for all of my friends at the bar. I'm giving out drinks like I'm Oprah. Then the bouncer came to me and he said, I'm watching you. And I was like, I'm watching you too. I was feeling at my best. I was dancing like Mick Jagger, had a wee stain on my dress and 2 glasses of Goldschlager. Then the DJ played my song, so I climbed up on the bar and I sang my favourite song. It went, Dancing Queen, young and sweet, oh no tambourines, oh yeah. I drank too much, then I fell off the bar, didn't know I was pregnant. It's my favourite TV show, yeah. Then the bouncer came to me and he said, I'm kicking you out. And I was like, no. And he was like, yes. And I was like, you've got the wrong man. I drank too much. Now I'm outside the bar, but it was my choice. Nobody tells me what to do. Then I thought, you know what? Now's a good time to send lots of text. Shit, where's my phone? Oh, it's in my hand. So I text my boss and I said, you're a rubbish boss, yeah. But it was predicted text. It said, yowie bugs balloon. But she knows what I mean. Then my tummy did a rumble, I got hunger, tunnel vision, got my eyes on salty fries and some greasy deep fried chicken. I had 20p to my name because I spent all my cash on booze. When I went into the chicken shop, they said that 20p won't do. So I flashed my boobs, they gave me meal number 3, chicken burger 4 wings and a leg, large fries and a can of Coke. Yes, my body, my choice, but as I opened up the door, I dropped all my chicken on the floor. I'm not proud, but I still ate it. I drank too much. Then I got in an Uber and the driver yelled at me, don't be sick in my car. I said, I won't be sick in your car. I drank too much. Then I found my way home, but I lost my keys, so I had to break into my conservatory. This is a public warning for those with conservatories. They're easy to break into when you're drunk. Nobody's safe. I drank too much, fell asleep on the floor. Then when I woke up, a woman yelled at me, get out of my conservatory. It's not my house. This isn't my house. Where is my house? Has anybody seen my house? And where is Dino? Where the hell is Dino? Oh, who am I kidding? Dino isn't real. Dino isn't real. Dino isn't real. I made him up so I don't have to drink on my own. So that morning I had to go to work, because that's what mature women do. Side note, I found my house keys inside my broken shoe. My boss wanted a word to discuss my drunken text, and when I went into her office, I blew chunks across her desk. Surprise, I was fired. Adulting is harder than you think. So to commiserate, I'm going for another drink with Dino, where I'll drink to Thank you so much for having us. We've been Flo and Joan. Have a wonderful rest of the life.
Hey, who are going to go onto their Twitter now and see an absolute deluge of loose women coming their way. Really enjoying that. Well done, guys. And genuinely, that last song, I love it that they do about having a night out, has really just made me want to be sick in a taxi. I really miss nights out. But we're gonna have a dance at the end, because we like to do that. So if you're on Zoom and you fancy a dance, clear everything out the way, so you know you've got your most aesthetically pleasing little bit, and we're gonna have a dance off as usual. And because we're in Wales and we're talking about like Valentine's Day date stuff, I'm really pleased with our song choice. I really hope he hasn't been cancelled in the time that we're doing this gig. It just feels like it's ever present with that generation. But so if you're on Zoom, it means you can whack your cameras on, have a little dance, and we will pick a favourite from the people dancing, and we'll send you some Beaver Tan as well. Thank you so much for coming along. Now then, next month, March 28th, is on sale on the website. It is I can't believe I'm saying this, it is our year birthday since this silly idea started, and I think I finished the show in an Elvis costume, or maybe actually I just had 3 costume changes, and I thought we would do it once and never again. So I'm going to go big for the birthday. We're going to get loads of acts. We're going to have people doing party tricks. We are trying to work out how to do fireworks because my boyfriend bought me a load for my birthday, and I haven't had a chance to use them yet, because there's nothing sadder than a fireworks display for one, I think. So we're trying to work out how to do that. Also, we've already got your competition. We want you to go full bake-off and bake us a happy birthday cake, and we are going to pick a favourite from it. So we've got loads of exciting stuff. So if you go to the COVID Arms website, you can buy your ticket now. And on the COVID Arms website as well, you can support the fantastic little business that is Hallett's, who, like we said at the top of the show, have been hit really hard through COVID, and you'll be giving to the Trussell Trust at the same time. And I think so far our update, what is it, Jake? What are we on for the Trussell Trust? 137,000, yes, pounds you guys have donated to the Trussell Trust. So that's gone straight to food banks and helping people in need. And so well done. Is that all my admin done? Let's give it up for all the acts that we saw. I should do that. Yeah, you're the people who made it happen. Give it up for Al Murray, everybody. Woo, woo, woo. For the fantastic Rhys James. Woo, woo, woo. For Yemi Bolatiwa. Yes. And for Callum Oakley. Woo. And for Flo and Joan, everybody. Woo. Now we've got some great music. Oh, wait. Competition? Oh, yes, shit. Competition. Right. So one of the last bits of admin to do. So these are your 4 finalists that we've whittled down to date stories. So this is Georgia's one where they found out that he was cheating and now they're mates. Here is a beautiful picture of them looking like absolute babes together. I hope Dan has a sad cry wank to it tonight. So that's one of them. Bethan, oh my God, Bethan, who switched off and killed a tank full of fish. Yes, please, £1,000 worth of it. Michelle, yes, who managed to piss a sink off the wall, which is incredible. And then we've got Sally and the boobs. Sally, who knows her tits of sort of like noughties glamour model. Fair play. I bet you were like, no, that's Kelly Brooks. Like, she's got a good eye for that. So if you're on Zoom now, you can vote for your favourite. I think I can't decide because I thought, you'll all go for the one where the girls met each other. But I feel like they've won already. So is it very close? Oh, it's very close. So come on, click it. We'll give it a little bit longer. I'm so fascinated by that. Genuinely quite tense. Can you tell I don't leave the house anymore? I haven't even been to Home Bargain in 6 weeks. Fuck me. Have we got? How are we doing? There's only 5 votes in it. Oh my God, this is so exciting. Oh, I genuinely am quite invested in this. 5 votes in it. Have we got a winner, Jake? Have we got a definitive? The definitive winner is, it's the double date. Yes, girls. So, I mean, you'll have to split the crate between you. That is the bad news about that. But well done, lasses, for cutting that man out of your life, and send a picture to him, if you haven't blocked his number already, of you two enjoying the beers together like that when it is nice and safe and legal to do so. So I think that's all the admin done now. Look at me like I was scratching my head, but I realized it looked like I had like an earpiece in. I'm like, is that everything done now? Like I'm on something important as opposed to yelling my tits off in an empty theatre on a Saturday night. So whack on your cameras, have a little dance, have a boogie to this absolute banger of a song. Is this how it starts? Oh. There we go. Someone else better dance, because otherwise it's just me.
Spy on me, baby, you satellite. Every rep you see me move through the night. Ain't gonna fire, shoot me right. I'm gonna like the way you fight. I love the way you fight. Now you found the secret code I use to wash away my lonely blues. Well, so I can't deny or lie, 'cause you're the only one to make me fly. You know what you are? You are sax bomb, yeah. You're a sax bomb. You can give it to me when I need to come along. Give it sax bomb, you're my sax bomb. And baby, you can turn me on. Baby, you can turn me on. You know what you're doing to me, don't you? I know you do. Now don't get me wrong, ain't gonna do you no harm. No. This bomb's for loving and you can shoot it far. I'm your main target, come and help me ignite. Love struggle holding you tight. Hold me tight, dog. Make me explode, although you know the route to go to sex me slow. And yes, I must react to claims of
Guys, I felt like I was at a rough wedding and I've never been so happy in all my life. Give yourselves a massive round of applause for, I'll be honest, making a spectacle of yourselves. You look fucking incredible. Also, one of you, there's a big group of you together and immediately we're all like, well, that's not legal, is it? Fair play to you. Okay, so yeah, you guys, fuck you. You're not getting beer. You're clearly breaking every COVID rule there fucking is. And I've seen your wine glasses. You don't need free beer. Who was the one where they were up near the top and at one point someone collapsed with fatigue onto the other one like a drama trust exercise? The lady's got a rugby shirt on in the background there. Yeah, you. There. Mate, you're the winner. Well done. We'll send you some Beavertown beer. Give it up for your winner, everybody. And we will see you. You've got a COVID arms print. That's so lovely. Thank you so much for always being such a gorgeous, beautiful, beautiful audience. I always get messages from all the acts afterwards saying how much they enjoyed it and how much of a tonic it was for them. So thanks for always being great. And we promise we've got some exciting surprises for you. March 28th. Please buy your tickets now and then I don't have to panic that no one's going to come. And we will see you back in March for our birthday show. Bye!